Hey everybody, Xeno back here for another episode of Mega Man X2. Last time we tackled Flame Stag and Little Crab stages, and this time we're going to be moving on, including a slight deviation from the weakness order that I've been talking about for a while. Normally we'd be going to Morph Moth after this, but in order to avoid backtracking, you're going to need Crystal Snail's weapon for that. So we're going to be making a slight detour. You might notice that the borders from the Legacy Collection are gone, and that's actually for a very good reason, which is that this is a re-recording. In the original recording, I was trying to show off a glitch in Crystal Snail stage for at least 20 minutes, and that combined with some pretty bad play on my part resulted in the episode being over 45 minutes long. So I decided a re-record is probably in the cards just to streamline it. And a quick switch to an emulated version of X2 allows me to actually show up the glitch in Crystal Snail that I want to show. So we're going to be getting started by actually heading to Magna Centipede first. Skipping over Morph Moth because Centipede's weak to his weapon, but don't have it for the time being. One thing I mentioned in the original run of this stage that I want to make sure does not go understated in this re-recording is that this stage theme is amazing. I love the song here. This is bar none my favorite song from this game. I've listened to this for upwards of like an hour while doing work. It gets your blood pumping in a way that's indescribable, to be honest. The first main gimmick of this stage are these spotlights, which once triggered will drop these block enemies you see up here, like right above me, and they'll start shooting at you. So you want to do your best to not get detected. This is a bit easier with the foot parts in, and I've already fucked up, which is nice. The foot parts in Overdrive Ostrich make this a lot easier because you can air dash with them. So if you're willing to backtrack, this isn't a bad stage to put off for later in the run, but that's it's not on the card to me. We gotta get it done smoothly. So we're tackling it now. If you want to avoid being spotted, follow my movements roughly, ignoring the mishap. Basically just jump over this, move quickly here, dash. When this searchlight is on the right, you want to dash up quickly. Then, if you don't have the air dash, hang on here and drop like that. And that'll get you safely over. Here's the first secret of this stage, which is the heart tank. Get up here, charge Flame Stag's weapon, and jump up here to find your heart tank. You're going to need to make sure you didn't trip the security system for this, though, because otherwise this block enemy will be on the ground and no longer be solid. So, watch your step. I missed the first pattern of shuffling blocks because I was getting the heart tank, but this part of the stage involves a bunch of falling blocks, and I regard this part as being pretty newcomer unfriendly, because you're not really sure where the blocks are going to drop. So your first time around, this part feels pretty unfair, but after that you're going to memorize where all the block positions are, and if you're following along, just follow my movements. So hang out here, then hug this wall, and you'll make it out safely. Here, just jump like this to the left, and you'll avoid this block. Now, if you don't have the air dash, you're going to need to make use of this next block pattern to get the sub-tank for the stage, so watch what I do carefully if you're looking for it as well. Let these two first blocks drop, then jump over here. This block is about to drop down, then dash up here. Glad I made it first try. I was practicing this stage again due to having to re-record everything. Or this segment, meaning I had to play up until this point again, and I flubbed this several times, so glad I made it on the first attempt. Here we have the mid-boss for the stage, or the first mid-boss, which is what they call the chop register. This makes use of the ever-famous CX4 chip for X2. Fun little piece of technology. A wireframe seems so primitive by today's standards, but I bet this was really cool at the time, so... holy crap, Bubble Splash creates a lot of lag. Try the charged version. I know this thing is weak to Sonic Slice, but I just don't have it. Come on. Okay, this... thing doesn't seem to care that much about it. Whatever. Maybe using a melee weapon on a floating sword was not my smartest idea ever. Now, you most likely want to continue avoiding the lights in this section because if you get alerted here, the following section will become trickier. So watch my movements if you want to make it through here unscathed. Drop on the right here, then dash and hang out on the left, like this. Perfect. That was actually really smooth. During this segment with the falling like concrete blocks, these will assemble stage terrain behind you, but you probably want to avoid them. Once you reach this end of the screen, they stop spawning. There's also a little scanner device, which you might have seen, but I was simply dashing too fast. If you get caught by it, the mini-boss that's up here will get more powerful. We have an X-Hunter to fight in this stage, though, so I will go attend to that first. I also had a bit of trouble with this guy in my practice recordings on this stage for whatever reason, but I never really liked this fight that much. This is Violin, who's, well, by his name, the most violent of the X-Hunters. He has this swinging mace that's quite annoying to dodge, and these finger bullets that aren't as bad, but they're still kind of a pain, and I missed. Just entirely missed. Yeah, this spiky ball is the real problem. It does a lot of damage and is pretty difficult. Oh my god! Okay. I didn't think that would do that much damage. Christ almighty. Well, at least we can collect more sub-tank energy. Hopefully I don't get detected this run around. There we go. Okay, sputtery smooth, just like last time. Wait, what? My dash got interrupted for some reason. It's not too difficult to end this section unscathed. Even if you got detected once, if you just repeatedly dash, you should be able to make it out. Actually, why... Bubble Splasher is his weakness in the Fortress stages, but I actually recommend using just the Charged Buster for this encounter. The pink level charge does a nice job of getting past his iframes and all that jazz. I don't really like this fight, as I mentioned earlier. It just feels so messy for some reason. Okay, that time I managed to avoid everything. I might simply not know the best tricks yet for avoiding him, but get out of here. Yeah. Alright, too bad. You won't get to Unify Zero. Cry about it. And we get Zero's midsection, I think. No. Yeah, midsection. Cool, cool. That's 2 out of 3 pieces. The last one coming up soon. Here's the mid-boss of this stage. I think this thing is also called, like, Copy Robot something. Kind of forget, but it's pretty cool. Like I mentioned, if you get detected in the previous section, this guy will become more powerful. He'll gain weapons and, like, a shot that mimics X's Buster. It's pretty cool, actually. And I'm playing so poorly for some reason. What is this guy weak to? No, I don't think it's... Is it? I think it's Burner. Yeah, it is Burner. I think the best way to dodge this guy is by just going straight to the other side of the room, but as you can tell, I'm not that great at dodging him. These little bots are weak to Spin Wheel, actually. That gets rid of them pretty quickly. Fortunately, they're going to be shooting you the whole time, so difficult to get around that. This block will try and psych you out, and almost did. This block will also try to psych you out, but the other way, and then this one... despite the flashing, there's not too much urgency during this last part, except the floor will give out, which happened to me on the first recording, and I had to strike chain my way over here. But either way, this part is pretty manageable. Oh, it stops. Huh, okay, I didn't know that stopped after a while. Or maybe it's because I went to the right side of the screen, not sure. Either way, this is a great stage. Really banger tune. I just love speeding through this one. If I didn't have to explain everything, I would have blitzed through this in like a minute. But it's really good. Here we have Magna Centipede, which is one of the more annoying fights in the game, and he already took something? Okay. His shtick is that he can steal your moves, which can be pretty annoying. He's definitely gonna get a couple of them, but he has all these little ninja tricks. How many lives do I have? Plenty. Okay, yeah. Even if I die here, which is pretty likely, I'll be fine. Dang it. You lose a specific ability every time he hits you. I believe I just lost my charge. Oh, no. I still haven't determined personally whether there's a way to avoid him sucking your ability. Oh, come on, man. Just leave me alone. Okay, now my dash is gone. Oh, this guy won't quit. Okay, now I'm probably really slow, too. Oh, no, my jump is inhibited. That's awesome. Yeah, okay. Bye-bye. This guy's a toughie. He's semi-weak to Strike Chain if you have it, which I probably would have started using against him, except I was low on health, so didn't really think to bother. This fight's really cool, though. I just like how involved it is. The fact that he can steal your moves away from you is pretty neat. Definitely aggravating, but still neat. Get out of here. Yeah, teleport away, why don't you? Really? You had to come up there? Thankfully, him trying to use his tricks on you gives you chances to hit him with Strike Chain, which helps. Yeah. The longer you can go without him taking your ability, the better, which, I mean, that's self-explanatory, but we're under half health and he hasn't managed to take anything, which is pretty good. Oh. Okay. Yeah. Did he take away my special weapon? Okay, wait, he changes your color palette even if you, that's strange. Yeah, Centipede boy, you ain't gonna last long no matter what you steal at this point. Come on. Very funny. Get out of here. So, yep, that's Magna Centipede. Very fun stage, very cool boss fight. I feel like a lot of effort went into the stage. From the mini-boss detection thing, the spotlights, the boss fight sucking up your powers. It's really cool. Really, really cool. This one's super memorable for me. And I keep accidentally skipping this cutscene by pressing jump. But what he gives is the Magnet Mine, which is the weakness for Crystal Snail, who we're going to be seeing next. So let's go have a look at that. The charged version of Magnet Mine is a bit strange, because it's like a black hole. I don't use it that often, but I might try and show it off here. Crystal Snail's level has this really ethereal ambiance to it. I'll try not to talk too much, so you can hear some of the stage theme, which is also wonderful, but just the way this stage looks has always been really pretty to me. I just love to, like, look at it. The animations are nice, too. The crystals are just, like, kind of shining and flashing. Make sure to press left here if you're trying to bring the ride armor down here for the heart tank. Now here, what you want to do is charge up the ride armor's attack, then dash and lightly tap the button. Most people make the mistake of trying to use the ride armor's hover all at once, like this. The ride armor actually can go a significantly longer distance if you tap the A button, like you saw me do. Just light taps. You might have to jump out of it, like, around there, on the right side of the screen, but you should still make it fine if you use that technique. People that like to brag, like speedrunners, take the ride armor back, but I'm not gonna bother. If I end up sacrificing a life for nothing, won't gain too much at the end of the day. What I'm actually praying for with the ride armor is that I can nail the glitch with the mini-boss the first try. I actually have a contingency plan for this, but if I fail, you guys will see it, I guess. But taking the ride armor through here is really fun. The first time I played this game and stage, I didn't actually realize you could do it. It wasn't until I was practicing actually or not so much practicing, but I saw a YouTube video that showed that the first crystal makes the ride armor accessible again, which is really cool. Going here just for some more sub-tank energy. Up here is where the X-Hunter fight will happen if you have one on this stage, which I don't believe I do. Wait, I should probably check actually, because I didn't really pay attention. I didn't think I did, but never hurts to confirm, I guess. There's no way I can waste more time than my 47-minute recording, so... Okay, no. The ride armor's probably gone, though. Yeah, okay, never mind. All good. I wish the ride armor had a bit more permanence. I guess that's a lot to ask for in a game where health pickups despawn if they fall off screen, but it's not a big deal to go pick it back up. What the heck? Die. There you go. I want to pick up this small health. Okay, I almost lost it immediately. If you would like to bring the ride armor with you up to the mini-boss, which I don't know if was intended by the devs, but you can do it. Just follow what I'm doing here, and you'll be able to bring it with you. Once you create this staircase of 2 blocks and 4 blocks like so, what you want to do is jump up here and then do the tapping A button trick I mentioned earlier. That will allow you to get a lot of height and get up here, which actually isn't supposed to be possible, I don't think. Or with the normal hover by holding A, you can't get up here. It seems like the devs of this game planned for you to be able to reach this ledge with the ride armor because of the mini-boss later on getting completely decked by it, but this is the hallway before it, and it's where I'd like to showcase the glitch. So you can actually completely skip this mini-boss by doing the following. On the SNES version, actually, I should mention that. So, during my original recording on this, on the Legacy Collection, I tried to do this glitch in vain for at least 10 minutes, and when I wasn't getting any results, I loaded up my SNES copy and found that not only is this exploit seemingly patched in the Legacy Collection, but also the small graphical glitch with Flame Stag that I tried to mention in the previous episode is an artifact of the SNES version. Because on the stage select, if you pick Flame Stag in the original SNES copy, the one I'm playing right now, he will show up with this unique blue-grayish color scheme that's not used anywhere else in the game. So I was right about that. It was just fixed in the Legacy Collection, which, strange that they went out of their way to do that, but anyways, back to skipping the Crystal Snail mini-boss. Stand about here, charge the claw attack by holding down the attack button, then dash forward, punch right here. Right before you go off the ledge, make sure to let go of the punch. Don't do it too late, or else the mini-boss will load properly. But if you did all those steps, then you should be standing in this corner with this guy still taking a snooze in the crystal. But because I'm a sadistic bastard, let's kill him anyways. It's really fun with the ride armor, I can't lie. Goodbye. Unfortunately, you can't really take the ride armor with you to the rest of the stage, so this is where the fun ends, but if you ever felt like skipping that mini-boss, there's a little trick for you. This is also possible by using Speed Burner a few paces forward, and some other weapons work too, actually. It's surprisingly easy in the SNES version to find a way to overload the game and skip the mini-boss. Glad I didn't have to reload my save for that, I suppose. Anyways, continuing on the stage, we'll have more of these slippery crystals. I kind of wanted that health, so unfortunately, I did not reach it. Go down here if you want the helmet upgrade. It's not that great, but it kind of feels obligatory, to be honest, just to complete the second armor. You can collect everything in this stage with no weapons, so even though I wouldn't recommend this stage as a first pick, you can technically pick up all the collectibles here on the first go, if you're looking to mix up your stage order a bit. The helmet upgrade, as you just saw, identifies secret paths, but in practice this works pretty poorly. It often won't identify items like sub-tanks or heart tanks that are outside of your field of view, and will instead go for pointing out hidden walls, like this one. The worst thing about this, to be honest, is if it were just a regular attachment or a passive ability, this could maybe be an interesting way of discovering secrets or add a bit of flavor, but it's a selectable gadget. You have to pick the eye tracer, and you can't shoot the X-Buster Wall using it, so you're completely defenseless. It should go without saying, but my advice is just, if you're struggling to find secrets, use a guide, because this thing either won't help you or will just prevent you from defending yourself. This room has an interesting property that I can't really show off, but if you have Morphmoth's weapon, the Silk Shot, if you charge it in this room, you'll collect a bunch of weapon energy. There are a couple of other rooms in the game like this, namely a health pickup one in Bubble Crab stage, and I believe there's another health pickup room somewhere else in the game, but the Bubble Crab one is much easier to access. So if you ever need to grind your sub-tanks, and you have Morphmoth's weapon and access the Bubble Crab stage, just go there. Just felt like pointing out that property of this room, but it's not that important for this run, to be honest, so I'm gonna move on. Oh, the bat almost... On my first recording, I got sandwiched between the crystal and the wall there and died in the most embarrassing way possible. I was worried it was going to happen again. I was completely flabbergasted. I actually completely flipped when that happened. That's part of why I had to re-record this segment, as I mentioned. The previous recording was simply way too long for its own good. Anyways, we're here at Crystal Snail's boss fight. I definitely recommend having the weakness for this guy if you're trying to be practical, as, well, this boss intro kind of speaks for itself, with this spinning taking 10 seconds to complete. This guy is pretty slow. He leaves himself vulnerable for very slim parts of this fight. He'll spend most of it rocketing around like he's doing right now in his shell and wasting your time. If you hit him with Magnet Mine, as I just did, you can get him out of his shell, but he'll try and get back in it pretty quickly. If you just repeatedly hit him, as I'm doing right now, you should be able to make decently quick work of him. It's worth noting that his little shell rotation effect is also done with the CX4 chip that allowed for the wireframe effects in Centipede stage. That's actually probably the quickest Snail fight I've ever had. He cooperated really well in being killed by Magnet Mine there. One attack he didn't get to show off, which maybe I'll let him show it off in the refights, but he can shoot a volley of crystals that can freeze you in place. You can mash to get out of that, but it's pretty self-explanatory, to be honest. The Crystal Hunter is a pretty mid weapon. It's pretty much akin to Ice Slasher from the first Mega Man game. It freezes enemies, except with Crystal Hunter, you can stand on top of them because it encases them in a platformable crystal. Like, they're completely solid, so you can jump off of them, wall jump, dash, etc. So it has its uses. One of them being Morphmoth stage, as I mentioned earlier. But that's all for the time being. I look forward to seeing you guys on the next episode, and I hope you enjoyed. This is Xeno, signing off.